Well, good evening. We are here today to have a quick discussion with two alumni from the Integral program, myself as well as Laura Gibble. So just briefly, my name is George Emmons. I'm an alumni of the class of 2012, and currently I'm an attorney for the federal government. And Laura, if you please just introduce yourself for the folks at home.
Hello, my name is Laura Gibble. I am a graduate of the program from 2009, and I am a tax, trust, and estates attorney. Currently
Wow,
have
you
my
must be
own
really
firm.
you must be really busy right now.
Definitely, it's a bit in depth, but it's a
Sure.
fun job.
Oh, I bet. So again, for this evening, we just want to kind of discuss the Integral program and what brought you to it and kind of how you're doing now. So I guess the first question is, what brought you to the program? What brought you to Integral in the first place?
That's a really good question. When I started St. Mary's, I actually didn't even know about the Integral program. I've never heard of it. It didn't exist in my world. And I was in a seminar class, had 3 classes there, and Ted Sukahara said you might be interested in this program. And I came to a couple, it was perfect. Switched my entire major and just jumped in with both feet.
Wow. What did you want to do initially?
Well, I was always aiming to become an attorney. And so I was focusing on political science and really looking into literature with a background of books and study and in-depth studies, basically. So the Integral exactly what I was looking for. What about you? What brought you to Integral?
It's actually very interesting. I think well, not identical, our paths were very similar. So I always wanted to be an attorney too. And so when I was going to St. Mary's, I liked history a lot and I liked political science. So I felt that those would align with my interests, but also help me to become an attorney. And actually, I think I might have sat at one of your classes. Were you in the same class as Nat Brown?
I was, yes. I
You were.
remember you.
Okay, because I remember because it was funny. I was talking with Brother Mel because I had come to visit St. Mary's, and I was talking with Brother Mel, and I kept telling him, "Oh, I'm going to sit on this political science class." And then Brother Mel was like, George, I think Integral would really suit you. I think you should sit in on a class. And actually, I think he was with Nat at the time, like he knew Nat really well. And he said, Nat, can you take George to your class that you're going to today and just let him kind of see what's going on? And so he brought me to the class, and I didn't know what was going on at the time. Come to find out, it was Newton. So I just got thrown into a Newton class, and the math, and I loved it. I saw what was happening. I didn't know what was going on, but I just loved the dialogue that was going on. I liked how people were bouncing ideas off each other for this material that was, pretty difficult to grasp. And I loved the way it turned out. I saw the class and I was like, this is what I want to do. I absolutely want to do this. And so, after that, I met with Dennis Kelly after that, and Integral was me. I mean, that was what I was going to do.
But perfect.
I know, it was great. And so it was just by happenstance too. No intention of coming to Integral, but I sat on the class and that was it. So no, I really liked it. So it's interesting how our paths are kind of similar.
They really are. It's that first class that gets you. I was a Euclid class that got me.
Oh, wow. So math.
The organization.
Exactly. What's funny about math is I had no interest in math at all. Like I wanted to go into political science or history to avoid math. Like I was like, I don't want to do math. I only went up to trigonometry in high school. Like I'm not doing any more math. But I come to find out in Integral that I saw why math was important to even the law, like developing arguments. It was pretty amazing. It was really interesting that I saw that shift.
But that's perfect. I mean, that's exactly what Integral is for. It's every major study has a purpose in your life, even though someone, why do I need to know this? X, exactly. A plus Z, what is it? It matters. Every single little item.
It was, and it was actually in Ted's class that epiphany happened my first year. I was like, wow, this is what he means. This is what it is. Like, this is what it means.
That's what gets you. I mean, once you have Ted in a math class, you're done for. Once you talk to Dennis Kelly, get him talking at the barbecue. Yeah, you're there.
Exactly. Well, so we kind of already discussed it, but is there anything in particular that you really enjoyed about the program after you were in it?
Oh, wow. It's a very long list. But A great thing is most classes that I had been in before that, discussion wasn't a thing. It was you memorize, you put this out, and that's all you have. You have a test, A, B, C, D.
Yep.
Fantastic. What am I actually learning from this? But Integral gives you an in-depth look of how to actually learn, study, approach it, present it, have a conversation, which
Yeah.
shouldn't be as unique as it is. But the discussion point, learning about other people, learning that other ideas are just as valid as your own, and building from there, not to mention the camaraderie. I am still so close with all these people I was in Integral with. We're still amazing with each other. We still have conversations. We jump onto Zoom calls, we jump onto telephone. Sometimes we jump continents to see each other. So it's,
Wow.
yeah, it means a lot. It's a level of understanding and what you've been through that I feel that other people I've spoken with at St. Mary's, even though St. Mary's is amazing in and of itself, it's not the same level of growth or community that Integral has. I know we're very insular and we are integral. You say that to anyone at St. Mary's, they know exactly what you mean, but
Yep.
it's special. And even the tutors, they'll go above and beyond to help you. It
Definitely.
doesn't matter how far they have to go. They will go that far. Whatever you need, there's someone there. There is no wrong answer or wrong question.
Yeah.
It's well, Brother Donald had some very unique ways of interpreting
Yes.
it.
Very true. I agree totally.
But
No,
it's
I agree with you. I love the discussion based. I mean, that to me was the best part of it was I got to come every day having read something and I got to discuss it with my peers, advocate my positions, but also listen. I think listening was one of the biggest things I learned was to listen to what other people were saying and kind of facilitating the dialogue that way. And I just couldn't imagine doing it any other way. Now that I look back, this was what I was meant to, this is the way I was meant to learn. And it's just, like you said, it's just such a unique experience. You know, not many schools or even like there aren't many programs like Integral. There just
yeah,
aren't. And it's just such a, I was just talking with someone today. It just, the education just withstands the test of time. I mean, what you're doing and how you're learning is just something that's timeless. You know, it's just, you can, people have been learning like that for in the ancient days till, you know, the modern times. I mean, it's something that's just transcends time and it's just timeless. And so I agree
yeah,
with you. In addition to everything you said, I echo everything, but yeah, the discussion based was perfect. You know, I really enjoyed it.
it's
So
amazing. And I bet you're still using it now and sharing
it
with
is,
others. This is what you do and develop the conversation that way.
all the skills that I learned in Integral, you know, are what I use today. And actually a perfect segue just one final question was just, how do you think the program prepares you for life after college and in the
I
working world, I guess?
That's actually a great question because I feel like Integral, since there is the life aspect to it, it's not only just learning, it's learning how to learn. And
Yeah.
you can actually take what you learn and grow with it. And there's real life experience. It's not just a class of, hey, we're going to learn Euclid and then you're done. No, we're going to apply this. How is this relevant? What are you going to do with this? What are you trying to advance towards? Even once I told Dennis Kelly I was planning to be an attorney, right off the bat, he's all, let's go into this. Let's dig deep. And he would spread it out. We'd have conversations and court right. Oh my goodness, court right was amazing for that. There's
Yeah.
just no, court right. And it's
I talked
fantastic.
with him as well about being a lawyer too. He was the one that he knows what was going on.
Oh yeah, he jumps at it. And it's wonderful because the conversations I have with people are very unique and just the method of learning and teaching. I do a lot of teaching. I've taken on teaching at some law classes as well as my mentees, if you will. So I have a lot of
Mhm.
mentee positions, mentor positions for mentees. And a lot of these contracts I take on as a solo practitioner are to help train other people, train them to learn, train them to grow, train them to advance not only in their own career, but with their self confidence and to become more of who they want to be. And it's through discussion. People are afraid to ask questions. And if they realize that there's no negative impacts of asking a question, perhaps we'll ask more. But what do you use in your day-to-day life nowadays?
Yeah, it's it kind of ranges the gambit, but definitely, you know, advocating positions, because, you know, I'm in court a lot. So just talking and being able to develop my arguments and say them efficiently and effectively is one thing. One thing I definitely know is just in the courtroom, it's really about how to communicate with people. It's about not only advocating my position, but also listening to not only what counsel, like my like opposing counsel saying, but also what the judge is saying, and really listening to where they're coming from and seeing what arguments either that are being effective or just kind of where their mindset is. That's something that I just don't think even in law school, like I really had as much as even an integral, because an integral, it's really about discussing something that's just kind of everybody's jumping into it, discussing something that no one's read before. And, you know, it's really about being collaborative. It's really about, it's not always about having the answer. It's actually a lot of times about having the right question or having the right follow-up to kind of develop these ideas. So I definitely see that in my day-to-day as being an attorney, and integral, and well, the writing too, especially for being an attorney, the court right again, just like being able to write in an effective and efficient way,
Yes.
like beat in my head an integral. And I mean, not only law school, but being a lawyer, all those things about how to write, I learned in integral, and just the way to be efficient in your writing. And so it's been really instrumental. Like I said, I just, I can't imagine doing it any other way. I can't imagine where I would be without the education I got.
Yes, I completely agree with everything you said, especially going to court and communicating, and even meetings. It's probably more efficient too. Hey, instead of a 4-hour meeting, guess what? We got it down to half an hour. We communicated, we have a conversation, we got to where we needed to be. Fantastic. Let's go.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. Same. It's definitely the same with my practice. So yeah, like I really, like I said, I've really enjoyed what the program's done.
Beautiful.
Well, thanks again for joining us this evening. Just any final thoughts that you just wanted to share about the program before we sign off?
Just one quick one. Integral, I have to say my life would not be the same without it, and I would not change a single day of it at all. Even while I was there, I enjoyed it, and Integral helped me get out of my own head and experience the world that I would never experience, wouldn't have experienced it that way otherwise. So I'm happy because of Integral. I can honestly say that.
That's awesome. And with that, I think that's really well said, and I totally echo that. And well, thank you again, Laura. Really appreciate your feedback and coming to discuss your experiences today.
It was my
Have a great one.
pleasure. You too.
Thank you again.